body start to settle into the ground. Such a perfect time of year to really let ourselves be submerged in gratitudes. So many things to be grateful for. Sometimes I'll wake up first thing in the morning, and before I let myself get up, I just think of, I count through my fingers, but I think of 10 things that I'm so grateful to have in my life. And it really does kickstart the day in a really awesome way. So the big gratitude I was thinking of for this class is gratitude at blank slates. The ability that we have to start each and every day fresh, no matter how we've botched up our life or the last couple of days. It's okay. We get a fresh start every day, trying to do a little bit better. So grateful because sometimes we were taught things from the way that we were raised that were important to how life was at that point. And sometimes that changes. It's like you need to uninstall the program and start fresh because maybe life is different. Maybe now we're in a time and a place where we can, actually explore new hobbies. We can explore new places. So much freshness to explore. And it makes it like a child being in the playground every day, living our lives. So much more freeing, so much more exciting to not be stuck in a story, to know that I have a blank slate. Let's write my story today. Let's see what happens. And so that's the intention that I was thinking of for today's class. So more than anything else, the two things that we're going to be focusing on is lateral bending, so leaning to left and right sides, as well as twisting. Imagining that these things are kind of helping our whole spine a little bit more free, a little bit more loose, kind of wiping some of the old junk right out. So with that intention to get us started, let's begin to take the knees into the chest. Let's do some easy little movements left and right. Back and forth a couple of times. The breath flowing. So from here, let the hands go around the right knee. Slide the left leg long on the mat. Pull this right knee in nice and tight. And let's start to take this right knee across the body, a nice twist. Right shoulder stays connected with the ground. The rest of the spine is spiraling open. I imagine in the physical body, definitely, we're getting things to move and start adjusting so that they're not just stuck in one place. But also imagine that's the same thing that's happening in the emotional body. Getting the physical body to move also frees up the emotions that are stuck. And that way we don't have to be stuck in stories that give away our power, like stories of being a victim or stuff like that. Let's take one more huge breath in. Good, nice exhale. And when our right hip starts to return to the ground, we're gonna send up in banana pose. So let the right ankle cross over left as the leg slides long. And then legs scoot off the left side of the mat. Up above head, grab right wrist, scoot the shoulders up the left. You could push against ankle and wrist connections, or you could just let this be relaxed. Maybe purposely take a couple of the pressure, the more active version, pushing against it, just to feel how that really, really stretches the space open. The waist and the side ribs. But if at any point you'd like to release that pressure, make it just a passive stretch open, that's okay too. A huge breath flows in and out. Release the cross. Stretch the fingers toward the back wall, the toes toward the mirror, arms and legs away from one another. And circle around. Open the knees into chest. Let's rock around a couple of breaths. Back to the beginning. Maybe the body's a little different on that right side now. So when you're ready, slide right leg long, dropping it to ground. Hug around left knee. Gentle tug in first. And let that leg cross over the body. And you can feel it almost like a detoxification. Just let it go. Another breath gets to flow in and out. Hips return to the floor. As that left leg slides long, cross the ankle over. Legs scoot off to the right side of the mat. Up above head, grab left wrist and scoot the shoulders a little bit further off to right. And maybe once again, start off with a few of those active breaths, meaning we're pushing against the ankle and wrist connections for a few breaths. Muscles getting pulled nice and long. Let another good breath flow in and out. Release. Stretch the arms and legs away from one another again. Feet pointing really far toward mirror. Fingers stretching up toward the back wall. And then from here, the right leg comes in, stretch it up to sky, moving into the hamstring for a moment. Easy breaths, creating some space there. So our focus is mainly on spine. If our hamstrings are really tight, that will pull the lower back and the hips out of alignment. Creating some space there. Really good inhale. And exhale. Figure four, right ankle to left side. Setting up that nice hug. Okay, dropping this right leg to ground. Left leg takes its hamstring stretch up to sky. Grab on wherever you can reach to help it out. Another breath blows in and out. Figure 4 for this half. Another good inhale. Cleansing exhale. Uncross ankle. Let's work our way up towards seated, taking a nice cobbler's pose. Feet can be close, feet can be far. Just listen to your body. Listen for that perfect amount that's going to help you out. Spine starts to rise up. Leave the hands on the knees or the shins. Let's do a couple of things to wake up the spine even more. So with our exhale, take it like the cat. Spine rounds back. Inhale, heart forward, chin lifts up. A couple of rounds with our breath. Exhales. Inhales. Another 3. 2. And 1. Then transform this the next time you go back into a circular spine. So exhale back. Inhale, circle ribs to the right and forward. Exhale, left and back. Reverse the direction. Inhale through left to go forward. And right to go back. Just a few more rounds each direction. Spine's getting a little bit more mobile, more willing to work with us. Be easing some of the tightness in the surrounding areas. Let's take one more each direction. Good. Straightening back up. Take the fingertips behind you. From that placement, the heart goes forward, the chin lifts up. Take a good back bend, nice and supported. Spine lifts up, legs open out wide. Reach forward and through. The hands a bit wider than their current arrangement. Let the spine be supported as it sways gently to the right, gently to the left, just a couple of rounds. Still waking up that spine. Lifting back up, come to an easy cross-leg position. Let the right hand to the right. For this first one, left hand reaches up and over, but it's a lazy arm. So the arm can rest on the head. You do want to ground the left hip into the earth. And then your right elbow can continue to bend as long as that left hip doesn't lift up. Easy does it to rise. Left hand plants. Lazy top arm reaching up and over. Ground the right hip. And the left elbow bends to any amount that helps you feel more and more length in the waist. Now as we rise up, we're going to progress that a little bit deeper with the top arm so that you can feel the contrast in each. So this next one, the arm is kind of like a ballerina's arm. It's kind of curved over. So right hand plants, left hand is that ballet arm reaching up and over. Same thing where you're consciously pushing the left hip into the earth and letting yourself lean over any amount that feels helpful. Rising up. Left hand plants, right arm ballet. Push the right hip into the earth as you lean. Good, rising up. One more step further. This time, the top arm is going to be like a sword, stitched straight. So right hand plants, that sword leans over. This one should pull you into the muscles, the deepest of all three. So I'm giving you these options because there's going to be different places through our class where we're going to lean laterally like this. So then this will help you choose. Am I taking option 1, the more lazy, option 2, the ballet, option 3, the sword? Go ahead and rise up, second side. Top arm stick straight. And rise. Beautiful. Let's head to hands and knees. A couple more of the cat cows. Just going to wake up the spine. Exhales and inhales. Spine come into neutral. Let's turn this into hip circles. Think of the hips trying to trace the biggest circle possible. Go over to the right and back. Left and forward. And reverse. Switching direction each time. So how this is creating space through that femur to hip connection. One more time each side. And then settle yourself back into child's pose. Arm stretching forward at first. Give that spot a couple of breaths. Here we'll take one of the easiest twists. So left arm stays, right arm starts to thread under that left armpit space. Try to set the shoulder down, the side of the head rocks to the temple. Winding this right arm. Thread the left shoulder through, same thing. When left arm stretches forward, Try to keep the chest as close to the ground as possible as you hover through, sending yourself forward to either cobra or sphinx. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Any wiggles that are useful, take them. Let's float right leg up to sky. Step the right foot in between hands. Back heel drops down. Rise up, warrior one. From this warrior one, let's open up the upper back a little bit. So forearms come to touch and even round the upper back. Super exaggerated, that's our exhale. Inhale, elbows open, exaggerate the arch. Take another couple of rounds, exhale. Open. 3. Imagine with each of these motions, it's like an eraser on a chalkboard. 2. 1.
Or a mop.
Squeeze out. Good. Circle up to sky. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Front knee stays nice and strongly bent. We're gonna go straight to reverse. So left hand to left leg. Right hand reaches up. And as we go back, it's not a back bend, so our chest isn't open to sky. By chest being open to the side, it's that lateral stretch. So maybe you've got the sword, the ballet arm, or the lazy arm. Good, warrior two. Straighten the front leg. We're gonna approach triangle. Make sure your hips stay square to the side. Otherwise, it won't be about the side waist. It'll be very different. So hips to the side, reach the right hand forward. That'll tilt your hips. But then right hand just rest down to shin, left hand up to sky. You should feel that good pull on the outer hip into the waist. Huge breath in and out. Warrior two, including the bent front knee. Cartwheel the hands down to the ground. Lower the left knee to the ground. Sinking hips forward. We'll take a twist. Right hand reaches to the back wall. Or right hand can grab those back toes if it's not too much for the quad. You don't have to take it. Good. For the shoulders continuing to spiral open, the neck gazing to the back wall. Beautiful. Unwind, torso faces forward. Lunge, so make sure you're still sinking hips forward. Let's walk our hands up to thigh. We're going to set up a twist from here. So it could be left wrist that hooks, or it could be slipping down to elbow. Find the twist that's gonna work today. Could stay on the back knee, or tuck those back toes, lift up the knee, but drop the back heel down. If you're here, you have an option to open up the arms. The back arm could stretch to back wall still. It could reach up, or it could even come right at my leg here. Good. One more inhale wherever we ended up. And then exhale, we're all going to come to a wide angle forward fold. So drop hands to the floor, pivot to the toes, to the long edge of the mat. We should be facing toward back door. Good. You choose what's going to be most useful to help that spine get a nice kind of blank slate cleansing release down to gravity after all that twisting. So sometimes I'll walk my fingers forward, but my weight is still over my legs. Sometimes I'll reach under and through to help pull me a little deeper. There's lots of options. Good. We're going to end up taking a side lunge from here. This can either be a high lunge with the right knee just bending a little bit. That's more of a strength-based option. Or right glute goes all the way to right heel, low side lunge. So you get to choose. You also choose the exact focus. You could be focusing on balance, maybe hands coming to the heart or sinking close to the ground. So what's helping this side to open up in a really good way? More breaths here. Switch sides. So second leg. Okay. Heading back to straight legs for a moment, and then the fingertips start to walk up to the top of the mat. The front foot will step back. This is an optional child pose down dog or a flow, whichever would feel the very best for the body right now. Eventually, let's head up to downward facing dog for second side. We'll start to lift the left leg up to sky and then step left foot in between hands. When it's there, back heel drops down, warrior one, float up. Forearms to touch. Exaggerate the hunch forward even more. Exhale. Inhale, open up, exaggerating that arch. 4, 3, 2, 1. Warrior one. You can inhale. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Remember the front knee's still bent, holding your weight, toning that leg. So then reverse warrior, right hand to right leg. Left hand up. Choose. Even though I call it lazy arm, it's not that it's bad. It could feel the very best, or it could be ballet or sword. Back up, warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Reach the left hand forward, feeling that hip tilt. And land left hand to shin, right hand to sky. Okay, back up, warrior two. Front knee is soft. Cartwheel the hands down to the ground. Lower the right knee down. And then it's left hand that twists to the back wall. Some people might grab the toes, you don't have to. pressing back forward. We're still sinking hips forward, but walking hands up to thigh. Setting up a twist, the right wrist or the right elbow hooks. Welcome to stay on the knee or lift up that knee, dropping the back heel down. If it feels most useful to open the twist up, know that that left hand could reach back wall. It could reach directly up, or it could go right alongside the ear. Wherever we're at, take one more huge breath in and out. And then let's all take it to that wide angle forward fold, facing toward front door side this time. Maybe new arm position, maybe same old, same old. Feel how gravity here can be that aid in helping to wipe the spine to blank slate. Take that side lunge. The left knee is bent. It could be high or it could be low. Maybe you're choosing a different variation here. If before you were working on release, maybe now you're working on balance. Maybe, or vice versa. Okay, let's switch to the second leg. Briefly through both straight legs. And fingertips start to pivot to top of mat. Again, when we step back, try a close down dog or a flow, whatever feels best right now. Eventually, when you're happy, let's take it to a kneeling place. Going a little bit deeper in the twist than before. Let's reach right arm up to sky and thread right shoulder down to ground. Left hand can stay in front of face. It could stretch forward or it could wind around your back. Your preference. What's going to work best for the body here? Experience the flow of another cleansing breath in and out. Slide left hand closer to press into it. Up to kneeling. Take a cat and a cow. And left arm reaches up to sky. Thread it through. Right hand can take the options as before, reaching forward or around back, whatever feels nice. And right hand slides in front of face. Press into it. Another cat. Cow. Setting up for downward facing dog. We'll walk our feet up toward top of mat. Inhale to rest. Good. So as we invite right leg or right hand onto right thigh, Left hand is gonna reach up and over. Choose option 1, option 2, the ballet, or option 3, the sword. No matter which you choose, really focus on sending the hips a little further to left. Good. And rise up. Left hand down, right hand, same option, 1, 2, or 3. But the hips are really going to right. Good. Rising back up. Big toes close, heels slightly separated. Sit back like fierce pose. Move up and sit into a chair. Take your forearms to touch together again. Exhale, round in. Now spread elbows open, heart through. Another 4. 3. 2. And 1. Good. Right wrist hooks. Left arm opens, or you can always go to elbow. Shift your weight into left foot. When you feel safe, right foot slides back. And release directly to warrior 2. Good. Extended side angle, left elbow down, right arm. Option 1, 2, or 3, maybe lazy, maybe ballet, or really sword straight. Up, reverse. Option 1, 2, or 3 with that top arm. And coming up, your personal preference, either go to triangle pose, straightening the front leg and coming down, or half moon. Left hand goes to the floor on the outside, right leg and right arm floating back. Good. Whichever one we chose, let's work our way to stand up at the top of the mat. Roll the spine up. Beautiful. Big toes close. Heels slightly separated. Fierce pose back. Forearms are touching. Exhale. Inhale, 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Beautiful. Left wrist hooks. Spiral the spine. Just as long as you're on second side, you're good. That's my rule. As long as you make your second side, whatever needs to happen. Okay. Start to feel your weight shift in the right foot. When you feel the balance is safe, slide the left foot back. Okay, open warrior 2. Extended side angle, right elbow down. Maybe the sword can stretch to mirror. Warrior 2, reverse. Warrior 2. This is your choice, triangle or half moon. Wherever we're at when we're inhale. Exhale, let's make our way to top of mat, forward fold. Slide the hands up the shins, half lift, inhale. Exhale, slide the hands down, travel the feet back. Last time, optional child pose, down dog or a flow. Beautiful. We'll come to kneeling once more. We'll take a similar twist to the one that we did just a moment ago with that right shoulder threaded through. This one does have an optional balance. So I'll take you through the steps if you want to try for that balance. Know that you do not have to. The balance on this one, if it feels wobbly at all, can make you do a weird roll off to the side. So just know if you don't feel it today, no pressure to do any of the additional steps. So neutral kneeling, right hand floats up to sky for a brief moment. Spread that right shoulder down. So you could choose any of the arm variations, that left arm forward or wrapped around your back. It does tend to feel most stable for this one to have left hand in front of face the whole time. So again, you're welcome to just stay here, nothing wrong with that. You're trying to go for the balance. The first step is left toes. Slide to back of the mat, toes touching the mat, but the leg is straight. Then if you're going for the balance, you start to float the left toes off the mat. Slow, easy breaths. One more good inhale. Exhale the toes down and then the knee down. Press into left hand. Let's do a cat and a cow. Good. Neutral spine. Left hand floats. Spread it under and through. Maybe right hand stays or maybe it takes a different option. If you're feeling it, right toes can slide to back of mat. And if it still feels okay, maybe those toes float. Feel your core constantly correcting. One more good inhale. Exhale, toes down, knee down. Press into the hand. Cat cow. Good. Neutral spine. Slide the right toes back to the back of mat. And then continue to cross so those right toes slide off the left side. Push your hips to the right. Place the gaze over your left shoulder to the toes. Like that banana shape again. Spine goes forward. Circle the toes all the way until the foot plants off at the right side, and then come up to a high kneeling spot. Right hand slides down the right leg. Left hand, as it starts to reach up and over. Got option 1, the loose arm. Option 2, ballerina. Option 3, sword. So what's best for the waist and the spine. Easy rise up. Drop down briefly to hands and elbows. If you need a little more stretch, you can inch your elbows a little closer to the straight leg. Okay. Back up. Drop this right knee down. Left toe slide to the back. And cross off the right part of mat. Push your hips to left, gaze over your shoulder to the right. Okay. The toes circle all the way through the side. They plant to the left. Come up high. Right hand slides down, left hand reaches up. You choose, is it option 1, option 2, option 3? The waist, feel the spine lengthening, erasing, cleansing. Raising up. Easy drop down to elbows. Maybe the elbows ease closer to straight leg. Okay, and then when we come up, let's free out the leg and we're gonna make our way down to a seated place. So from our seat, let's slide the right leg forward, left foot tucks into thigh. First, take just an easy twist over your right shoulder. Arms are wherever feels good. Easy twist over left. Move the face forward. Huge inhale, circle arms up to sky. Exhale, let's release to that forward fold. Look, the spine can take on more of that lazy quality rather than the sword quality we've been working with. Maybe at this point it can relax just a little bit deeper. Easing the spine up, we'll switch out the legs. So first, easy twist over left shoulder. And twist over right shoulder. Things forward, circle arms up to sky, and release. And take on a little bit of a softer quality, like that option one, lazy, the whole spine relaxing. More breaths like that. As we gently release out, take our way down onto our back. We're exploring any last stretches that might feel amazing. This could be a plow pose. It could be a happy baby pose. It could be just another little twist on the ground to each side. You've got lots of options. Explore for a moment until the body feels really good. Well, don't feel any pressure, any rush to head out. So keep on exploring, keep on playing until your body knows it's time. When you're there on your back, maybe this image will be useful. I think of the toys that little kids have that's like a pin on a magnetic board, and then you've got the thing that cleans it at the bottom. It swipes all the way across, and then you swipe all the way back, and suddenly the magnet is set back to normal. So imagine that each breath you take in and out is like that eraser key thing at the bottom where your inhale slides it to one side, your exhale slides it to the other. Just keep on doing that over and over a couple of times. Each breath being a very cleansing action for all this energy. Probably brought up some energies in our class. We got some good things moving. So this is now the time to process, to breathe, and to cleanse it right out. So just keep those breaths flowing. We'll be here for several minutes. Here, let's begin to deepen our inhales and our exhales. Introduce little movements back to fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Stretching it out like we're waking up first thing in the morning. Perhaps taking a nice fetal position off to one side if that feels good today. A few bonus breaths, maybe 2 or 3 more until you feel ready to rise. So here with hands at our heart, we return back to the cleansing that we felt in our class today, physically and energetically. We recognize that we don't have to maintain the same old programs that worked for us when we were 3. Sometimes it's time to click uninstall. And we recognize that we can learn new hobbies, we can explore new things, and we can treat life like an adventure, like a playground, knowing that we don't have to just do the same thing we've done every day. The best thing about life is every day presents us with a new blank slate. So as we head forward with playfulness, creating our future, let's wrap up the time that we got to share together with the sound of Om. Deep inhale now. May we be filled with light, happiness, and peace. Namaste.